But as I mentioned to you, apart from the standard decommissioning that British Airways carried out on the aircraft, which got rid of things like the escape slides, oxygen, the fuel, the hydraulic fluid, etc., the aircraft is complete. Right down to these engines, which of course powered her home for the final time. So to start the engines on Concorde, they would, because there's no auxiliary engine on the aircraft to provide power, so they would have to have what's called ground power plugged into the aircraft. The other thing then that was required was to have what's called an air starter to power up the first of the 4 Rolls-Royce Olympus engines. Now this is the section here where they would basically plug in an air ground supply to pump air into the engine, which would enable the engines then to spool up when obviously the instructions are given from the ground crew to the flight deck. And you may see videos on YouTube of the flight deck where the flight engineer will call down, "Hello ground, we'll take the air on number 3 or number 4. And yeah, air on 3, air would come up, and then they would start the power up procedure from the flight deck. Once one engine was running, they could then take away the ground power unit, because then the aircraft's hydraulics and electrical systems would come online. But then they would move the air starter to the other side to fire up one of those engines, and then the other 2 outboard engines could then be started.